In this series and this video, I'm going to go back to rural Mississippi and show some of the survival skills that we use for food. Everything we caught, it was for lunch, meals, dinner, food. My grandfather was a professional trapper. He did have one or two steel traps. Very seldom did he use them. He did not need them. He did his trapping the nature way, the same way most Native Americans did. People, we going back in 1901. Geronimo was still running across the country raising cane. The Great Depression was coming. People were hurt. To survive, you did whatever you had to do and you ate whatever you get your hands on. So anyway, this series I'm putting up is age appropriate. And let me explain what that means. Some of this stuff used incorrectly could very well harm a small ecosystem. Now, used in case of emergency is one thing, used because you know how to do it is something else entirely. The 5 shorts I'm putting up, the 5 videos I'm putting up, the 5 tips on this video, none of them are really harm the environment. Not if you take your time with it. Now, some of the ones that I've got on my mind, I don't think I will put them on air or post them. I will teach my grandson as age appropriate comes along, but I'm not interested in putting it out. Not in small ecosystems like subdivisions and stuff. It's detrimental to nature. Anyway, I want you to like and enjoy. My great-grandson asked me a question a while ago. We was boat riding over to the hotel, and there were some ducks in the water. And he wanted to know how we could catch a duck for dinner. I said, well, the Native Americans would break a bush off, ease down into the water with just their head exposed, hold the bush in front of their face, and very gently just drift toward the ducks, or geese, whatever. When they got close, grab him by the leg, jerk him under, twist his neck, hook him to a string around your waist, and if there's a bunch of people and you needed 3 or 4 geese, just take your time. And you can get 3 or 4 geese without any energy being spent and hardly at all. Well, I'm still wandering around waiting on a bus to take us to the airport. Like I said, my great-grandson got all interested in how to survive. He's in the Scouts now. I worked with the Scouts for years. So I give him a little tip on how to catch ducks by hand. Now I'm gonna give you all a tip. We used to find a little small, narrow bayou, maybe 8-10 foot wide in a curve. That's where the deep holes are in the curves. And we would jump in there, and a deep hole might be 20 foot long, 6 foot wide, that'd be it, about waist deep. And we'd jump in there, 2 or 3 of us, and just start stomping and turn it muddy. And when it got really muddy, the fish start coming up to breathe. And when they come up to breathe, just grab them, throw them on the bank. Get what you want, stop. That's the water clean, the fish is all right, and you got food. Now my survival series, I've been teaching my great-grandson. Now Grandma, one of her favorite meat was turtle. And she'd tell us, boys, y'all run down to the creek and find me a turtle. Well, we'd go down to the creek, take us a long stick, and start poking the mud and sand in front of us. And in that mud and sand is soft, you know, the stick will sink. But when you hit a turtle, that shell goes thunk, thunk, automatically when you had a turtle. So we would hold the stick on his back, because he's gonna move, he's gonna start crawling, and just follow him with the stick. One of us would run and get Grandpa. He'd come down there, he had a special made hook, and he'd hook the turtle, we'd take him back, clean him, process him, Grandma would cook him, and that was dinner. Now, another thing on my survival list is, if we were gonna stay camped out overnight, and we had plenty of food for the day, we'd go down to the creek and get off in the creek in the deep holes, reach down about 2 or 3 foot underwater, and take a stick and dig a hole into the bank. You know, a small hole, 3 or 4 inches in diameter, you know, 5 inches, whatever, and maybe a foot deep. Come back the next morning and start running your hand up those holes, and you'd be surprised how many catfish you can catch. So we'd pull them catfish out, and that'd be our breakfast. You know, that's just another way to catch fish by hand. It's so easy to survive out there if you've got an imagination. It don't take brilliance, you just got to think.